Hi, it's Dr. Yopp, your favorite grief recovery method specialist certified by the Grief Recovery Institute. Welcome to this week's episode of Takeaways About Grief. 24 years ago tomorrow, I suffered the deepest pain I've ever felt in my life to date. And I want to share my story about the hardest loss I have ever had to experience and grieve. Let's have a quick chat about grief. We named him William Brandon. William after his father, my late husband, and Brandon in memory of a family member of my late husband's who died, I believe, at the age of 8 or 9 years old. We gave our hopes, dreams, and expectations a strong name, William Brandon Yopp. Would he walk in his father's path and be a U.S. Naval Academy graduate and awesome career military officer? Or would he become a PhD like his mom? Or carve his own completely different path? Whatever it would be, my hopes and dreams and expectations for him instantly began to fill my heart and mind the moment it was confirmed I had conceived. And especially when it was confirmed that I had conceived my and my late husband's heart's desires, a son. And my dad, a father of 2 girls, would have a grandson. The excitement and anticipation of William's arrival was beyond the clouds high. Not only because I was carrying a boy, but also because I was way past the point in this pregnancy than my previous one that ended in miscarriage. Now, that's a whole other level of grief and pain that I plan to cover in a different episode. So with permission from my OB, I traveled by car from Goshen, Mississippi to the West Coast, Monterey, California. And this was due to my late husband's new military orders at the Naval Postgraduate School. Just stop often to stretch your legs and walk around. I did. Prenatal vitamins, I did not miss a day. OB appointments, every single one. And during the trip out west, I only remember 2 incidents. One bout with having to vomit and one brief shot of pain, I believe, somewhere in my side. I contributed both of them to the long trip and possibly more ligament stretching pain. Well, let's fast forward to being in Monterey for about a week, if I'm remembering correctly. Just a beautiful day in beautiful Monterey. I went to the restroom, and the moment I sat on the toilet, my entire life changed in a way I never imagined it would. And since you can read about my journey in detail in my book, Surviving the Death of an Angel, Memoir of a Mother's Worst Reality, available on Amazon, I won't go into details about it here. I will share, though, that on the 23rd of March, 1999, I was rushed to the hospital by ambulance at 5.5 months pregnant. On the 24th of March, 1999, after yet another check of the monitors confirmed no heartbeat, labor was induced, and I pushed with the pain of knowing my son had died inside of me. However, because I was experiencing labor pains and being told to push, mommy, in my heart, though intellectually I knew it was not to be, I refused to let go of the small spark of hope. That worst case scenario, William would be rushed away from me, placed on monitors, and sent to NICU for a while. Instead, I gave birth to my angel, my beautiful boy, William Brandon Yopp, who never took a breath outside of me and who I would never hear cry. So let's talk a moment briefly about the losses encompassed in losing William. The loss of William brought with it not only the pain from the physical loss of my baby, but also the pain that results from the losses that do not get discussed so much. The losses that I believe are major reasons many grievers do not recover from their loss and remain tethered to the pain. The intangible losses, the loss of hopes, dreams, expectations, and anticipated memories. When I experienced this major loss in my life, I had never heard of the grief recovery method. But because of another major loss that led me to the grief recovery method almost 2 years ago, I was able to not only complete my pain to the newest loss, that of my late husband, I have been able to rediscover emotions and pain surrounding the loss of William, from which I had not completely recovered so many years later. I shared this personal story to highlight the fact that the loss of hopes, dreams, and expectations are losses that need to be properly addressed and properly grieved. And I want the chance to teach you how. Allow me to hold that space for you, to help you give voice to the intangible losses you may not even consider needing to grieve. Text me at 813-324-4474 for a free consultation or to register for one-on-one online grief recovery sessions.